morning. It is a Friday morning. Woohoo!
Yes, it is. Yay.
This is WGTV Today. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, it's a 20-something to the month. I think it's the 28th, right?
Yes, it is.
I can't keep track anymore. It's just going by so quickly. Fall has arrived. It came in last weekend, and here it is. The weather is just amazingly nice.
It is. I mean, you can't ask for better than 70s. It's just perfect time. Fits right in with fall coming in last Saturday.
And the fair started yesterday.
That's
and,
right.
Oh boy,
the crowds are large.
Large is right. Now and I have a quick look at the forecast here. The National Weather Service says Saturday is going to be a beautiful day, but there's a 30% chance of something, probably not snow, but something tomorrow afternoon. And then overnight, Saturday night and Sunday, a 40% chance. But the temperatures are going to be great in the low 80s over the weekend during the day, and of course in the low 60s at night. And then next week, no mention of rain next week at all, and it's really going to be nice. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Wonderful. So we go back to that cycle of really, really nice weather. But who's complaining?
That's exactly right. With all the fall events coming up, all the festivals, and of course the fair for 10 days, and all these nice events, perfect weather.
Now I understand we're going to be fair bound.
Here we are.
Monday and Tuesday.
Yes, we're going to be filming actually on location at the fair, talking with people as they walk by, finding out what their favorite part of the fair is, why they come year after year, and what they've learned. And
there's so much going on at the fair, and later on in the program we'll tell you some of the things that will be going on tonight out there. All right? And over the weekend, as a matter of fact. Right. Okay, today is Friday. It's the 28th, and I hope you have a lot of plans for the weekend. I'll tell you about a couple of things here very quickly. First of all, let's see, well, I don't know about the weekend, but coming up, Tuesday at the Wayne County Museum.
Yeah,
I got word from Chris.
I did too.
Did you get that? There's going to be a speaker. Shanna Daniel is going to be speaking on the Queen Anne's Revenge. Of course, that was Blackbeard's ship.
Right.
And of course, Blackbeard is part of a legend and truth here along the coastal area of North Carolina. But Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, Shanna Daniel is going to be talking about Queen Anne's Revenge. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah, this is exciting.
This is exciting. Everyone knows C-SPAN. C-SPAN is coming to Goldsboro to video this program with Shanna Daniel at the Wayne County Museum.
Can you believe that?
I think that's wonderful.
That is fantastic. Right here in little old Wayne County.
Yeah, little old Wayne County.
That's right. We got C-SPAN coming to visit.
I know, and they're coming to visit, and they're going to videotape this program with Shanna Daniel at the museum, and that is exciting.
That is. That's pretty neat. 7 p.m. on location.
On location at the museum, and you're invited to attend.
Does it cost anything?
No.
Okay.
No, it's at the museum.
All right. Just show up early, get you a good parking place.
Get a good parking place.
That's
and then find a good seat, and then wait for the festivities to start, if you want to call them festivities.
You may see yourself on TV. You never know.
You never know. That's right. It's going to be, that's going to be exciting there. We're really excited, and we want to thank.
He's done a good job there.
He sure has. Chris Lawson doing a great job, and of course the new director, Brantley Parton. We're going to be hearing from him again. Let's see. That's coming up. Next week, we'll be hearing from Brantley Parton again. He's doing a great job out there.
He's the director of the
museum. He's the director, and he and Chris just do an amazing job. And they're every day they're coming up with something to do at the museum. And I love the Wayne County Museum. It's just a great place to go.
If you haven't been in a long time, you really should take a walk through. It is amazing, and it really does give us details and a visual on what happened in our community through the years. And it's just really neat to see all the facts that have happened from back in the 1800s.
Yes.
And many things happened in our county and in our city.
Fortunately, we had people who were forward-thinking who saved a lot of these artifacts and donated them to the museum, and there's a lot of stuff to see there.
I remember not long ago, well, I take that back, it's been about a year ago, when we went in and they actually had the model of the Goldsboro Battlefield Bridge. That was so neat because I had seen it, of course, on location on the other side of Goldsboro. But it was really neat to see the entire model of that whole battle.
And that's been
the way they had it laid out.
That's been there for a while. It's been redone, fixed up, and what you saw, I think, was the latest. And that is a fascinating piece of work. It really is. I think they call it a diorama.
Yes, there you go.
A diorama. And it's on a large table, and it's just like, and for anyone who liked to play with soldiers when they were kids, the little plastic
you would be in
toy
heaven
soldiers.
with this.
Oh man, this place is great. but it's on a large table, and it's a beautiful piece of work. It really is. And then you go out to the battleground and compare that.
It all makes sense.
It does. You know? It makes sense.
It does. So we have all kinds of interesting things to get out and look at and read about and see for yourself here in our community. That we do.
Speaking of today's program, we have a lot to talk about today. We have a program with Emily WEIL and Nancy DELIA going to be with us this morning. We're going to be talking about one of the oldest buildings in Goldsboro and in Wayne County, for that matter, and that is the Presbyterian Church on West Ash Street. That's that building near the Circle downtown.
Right.
That is a beautiful old church that's not used anymore, but it is one of the oldest, and there's a move to try and preserve and restore that building, and I certainly hope we can. It is gorgeous, and I've got some great video to show you.
They're really good historians, so it'll be interesting to hear the storyline of when it started, and I'm sure they'll start at the beginning, when it started all the way through to today.
Great. Also today we have, we're going to be telling you, we'll be talking with Donna Phillips about the book sale that's coming up soon, real soon on this, October 11th, 12th, and 13th, something like that. The 11th. Yeah. Also, you'll be talking with the Cindy Pollard,
Stollard,
I'm sorry.
She is the occupational health nurse with the city.
That's it.
And once a month, she is going to come on and give us topics for the entire community to really focus on and to really think about living healthy lives.
Oh, boy.
So Cindy is going to come on soon and talk to us about cholesterol.
Oh, boy.
Watching our cholesterol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll give us some good tips.
Okay, watch your cholesterol every chance you get. And I'll be talking with Cindy Stollard. No, I won't.
No, you won't. No. That was me.
I'm just kidding. I'll be talking with Cindy Pollard. No, I won't do that either. Also, we have coming up today, you'll be talking with LATERRIE Ward.
Yes, I will.
And we have a lot more stuff to tell you about. All right?
You know, we're looking very patriotic this morning.
That's exactly right. There you go. Yes. Well, why not? I think we should. Red and white and blue right here.
There you go.
I think that's great. On a Friday, it's the 28th of the month. All right, now let's get right with the program.
That's right. Who's up first?
Emily and Nancy.
Oh, great.
Talk
all right.
about
Looking forward to that.
Yes, indeed. That's up next on WGTV Today. We have guests in our studio today. We'd love to welcome author and local historian Emily WEIL. Everyone knows Emily WEIL. Also Nancy DELIA. Nancy, you're with Skilled Creations, but you're also a historian. Is that
well, let me just say I am part of the Historical Association.
Okay, very good. That works.
Okay.
Now, we want to talk about a building here in the Goldsboro community known as the 1856 Presbyterian Church building.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that building. Where is that building?
It is on West Ash Street at the corner of James and Ash, across the street from the Spur Station.
I think I do know that building. That's the old town meeting hall.
Right. That's been called a town meeting hall, but we decided many people didn't really know what a town meeting hall was, and maybe they would recognize the building better if it was called what it originally was, the 1856 Presbyterian Church.
All right, so that tells me it was built in 1856.
Correct.
Where does that stand in the hierarchy of building churches in the Goldsboro community?
It is probably the oldest we're aware of, but St. Stephen's Episcopal was built within 6 months, very shortly thereafter, but both of them are the oldest churches in the county, or at least in the city. I'm not really familiar with all the churches in the county.
Yeah. And it was a Presbyterian church.
Yes.
And it's a very unique style. Do we know, is it a particular...
Greek Revival.
Greek Revival. Okay.
It was actually brick, and it's been stuccoed over, which gives it a different look. It has columns in front, and it has beautiful stained glass windows.
Oh, yes. Now, when was the stucco added, and would the Historical Association be interested in removing that stucco and showing the brick?
As far as we know, it's original.
Yeah, we've not really done a lot of close research to find out exactly when that was added.
So it was originally a Presbyterian church, and then it became a town meeting hall.
Right. Well, in between, for a little while, it was another kind of church.
It was the Christian Science Reading Room.
Okay.
For a short period of time.
Right. It's a beautiful building.
Yes.
And for the life of me, I don't understand why it's not being used, or why is it not being used?
Well, for a while it was used as a town meeting hall, different weddings, club meetings, anyone could use it when they wanted to. And then we found it wasn't getting enough use, we being Wayne County Historical Association, which owns the building. So for a period of time we have rented it to various churches. But then,
well, the roof started leaking.
No.
And it needed extensive work. It had been patched. It's got a standing seam tin roof. I say tin, I'm not sure it's exactly tin, but it's got the old standing seam roof. And you know, you can patch it and you can patch it, and then after a while it just needs to be replaced. And that's where we're at now. We can't rent it because of the leaking, which we have temporarily stopped. So we are going to replace the roof.
Oh my.
we understand the roof's about 80 years old.
Oh, really?
80.
80? 80?
Yes.
80.
Well, that is an old roof, and it's time it was leaky.
Well, no, it's time to be replaced.
Well,
it didn't need to leak.
No, it didn't. No. But most roofs nowadays do not last
That long.
1/4 of that time. Well, give me an idea of some of the highlights of the building, of the church itself. Does it have pews, or what's inside?
It has beautiful curved pews. It does not have a center aisle like many churches. It has the aisle going up two sides. So the pews in the middle are curved, and that gives it a really pretty look, a little bit unusual.
The stained glass windows are the real highlight of the room because they bring color in and they have beautiful patterns. And when the sun is shining, of course, it makes it really lovely. And there is an old pipe organ, which is a little bit unusual, that has been there since 1920.
Really?
And it still plays.
Really?
So it really sets the front of the room off in a beautiful way with all those pipes.
I can only imagine, and I've been in some older buildings that were in disrepair and needed work. How much work would need to be done besides the roof? How much work needs to be done to the interior, the pews? And
There's a little bit of plaster repair that needs to be done, not a huge amount.
It has a, what do you call, pressed tin ceiling. So
Oh,
a couple
really?
of places the water has pushed the pressed tin down. That needs to be replaced. We don't really know if there's any wood damage above the tin ceiling. We hope not, but we won't know until they get the roof off. There's a little bit of damage to the floor, but we actually have rug runners that covers most of that. So the major part of the work will be the unknown part in the ceiling.
What are your plans for the building when it's refurbished?
Our plans are to rent it if we can find a congregation that's looking for a church. If we cannot readily find a congregation, then we are willing to rent it out for weddings. It would make a beautiful church for a wedding. We
Club meetings?
Club meetings. We have one bride who is interested in having some of her wedding photos taken inside the church, you know, utilizing the stained glass windows as a background. So there's a lot of different uses for it. It would be a small venue for a concert. It would be nice. The acoustics are quite good in there.
It also could be used for center stage smaller plays.
Oh.
It doesn't have a large platform like a stage, but it does have the area where the pulpit is in front of the organ that could be used for a small, maybe a 2-person, 4-person play. And we're hoping that there might be groups that would like to use the building every month for their meetings, that kind of thing.
How many people would you estimate would it hold?
I honestly don't know. It's
Probably-
small for, you know,
probably
for
not
today's.
200.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
150, I would
Okay.
guess. That's just a guess. And also, it depends on how many thin people are in the pews, because you might get 30 in a pew, you might get 20. Okay. It's hard to count.
Okay, I understand. All right, so what is the funding for the repair on the church? To replace the roof has to be replaced.
That's right.
That's number one. Otherwise, anything that's done inside may be damaged again. So you want to replace the roof first. How is that being paid for?
Well, that's an interesting question. I'm glad you asked.
Well, I'm glad I did too. Yes.
We are going to solicit donations from various people that we feel would be interested in seeing this church preserved, because the options are to either preserve it or to let it fall into more disrepair, and that's just not a good idea.
That's not a good idea. It's a beautiful building.
It's right.
Possibly the oldest building in Goldsboro.
Wow. The bell tower is just so unique.
Yeah.
That is so, you just don't see that anywhere.
No.
Right.
We have written quite a few grants. I believe I personally have written 5, and from different foundations across the state that are interested in preserving history. We have asked city, county, church, everybody we can think of that might contribute.
We have some fundraisers planned, and we know that they are not going to earn us huge amounts of money, but we feel that they will make people in the community aware of what we're doing and hopefully buy into the whole project. So the fundraisers are good for several reasons.
Tell them about some of them. They're very interesting.
Let's see. We are planning, and we have not gotten very far with this, so I hope anybody watching realizes that.
Right.
But we do want to have a candlelight tour of our downtown churches. Many people have not seen the insides of the churches, and we want to do that at Christmas time.
That's a great idea.
You know, so that it would be a little bit interesting and kind of add to the Christmas season. We do want to have, one of our committee members has offered her home to have pictures with Santa Claus, children's pictures with Santa Claus, and we have a
So
very...
people can use them for Christmas cards and things like that. Yeah.
Sure, that's a great idea.
And she decorates her home really quite nicely, and we have a very good volunteer who has volunteered to play Santa, and that is Kirk Keller.
Oh my goodness. Do you know what you're asking here? Do you know what you're getting yourself into? No, I'm just kidding.
Sort of,
Great.
yes. So that's
friend.
2 of them. We want to have a vendor fair before Christmas, where you have various vendors who, who are in one location. I can't even talk. And then people can do their Christmas shopping. So those are small. Those are not going to raise huge amounts of money, but they're fun. That's right. It is the beginning. They're fun, and it enables us to get people involved.
Ideally, when enough money is raised and the roof is repaired and all the repairs are done on the inside, we didn't talk about what we were going to be talking about here, but I want to ask you a kind of a tough question.
All right.
Tell me, why is preserving these beautiful old buildings so important? Why is it important?
I think we are our history. I think that it's important that all of us know what was here before, what happened before, who was involved before, because only by building on our past can we really make good progress in the future. That's my opinion.
Oh, I like that.
I couldn't have said it any better. It does, from a practical point of view, add to your tourism. You know, and there's a lot of reasons. You've put us on the spot, so
I know I have. I know I have, but you know, regardless of from where you come, whether you're from Goldsboro, Wayne County, which would also give people reason to study the history of this area. But as you mentioned, and you hit the nail on the head when you said travel and tourism. That's such an important part of our community. And history is so important now. People are finally becoming aware of how important historical features in the history of this nation and our community are. So
without your historic buildings, every town in the state would look about alike. You have to preserve these buildings that were there in the past, and were unique to this place in the past. And that's what makes our town different from Kinston or Johnston County, from Smithfield, from Wilson, from any other place. The buildings that are here and the people that worked here and what they did.
Yes, indeed. I dare say we do have a rather unique history here in Wayne County, and it's a good one, and we should be very proud of it. And I thank you for speaking with us today from the Wayne County Historical Association, Nancy DELIA, and of course Emily WEIL. And I thank you very much, ladies.
Well, thank you.
Someone has to get more information if they're dying to find out more about how they can help and contribute money. How do they get in touch with you?
They can call the museum, 734-5023. Our museum director and assistant director would be glad to answer any questions, get them in touch with one of our committee members. We've got a great committee who's working real hard on this.
That would be Bradley Parton and Christopher Lawson.
Right, they are at the museum.
Those two gentlemen do a wonderful job there.
They do. We've got a very strong committee that is working almost every week now to come up with these activities and to start doing direct mailing, which people will be seeing soon.
Outstanding. Nancy, one more time, that telephone number for the museum?
734-5023.
Thank you very much. Nancy DELIA and, of course, Emily WEIL, and I thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you. I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV. And we're back on WGTV today. Thank you for being with us. It is a Friday morning. Oh, boy.
So glad.
I am too, Kim.
I always look forward to Fridays because then you can relax on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, you get to pick what you do on Saturday and Sunday, but I like to relax at least one of those days.
Sure. Well, a lot of people like to go out and make the most of the weekend,
That's
you know,
right.
and play softball.
Have some family time.
Yeah, have some family time, yeah. You know, the commissioners, Wayne County commissioners, meet the first and third Tuesday of each month. Well, the upcoming meeting, there's been a bit of a change in the schedule for the county commissioner meeting this October 2nd, that's Tuesday. This Tuesday, the briefing and the regular session will be moved slightly. The briefing, instead of 8 o'clock, will begin at 9 o'clock, and then the formal meeting itself will begin at 9:30. That's this Tuesday morning, and everybody's invited to attend both meetings. The briefing kind of sets the tone for the meeting, some of the things they're going to discuss, and then the formal meeting itself begins at 9:30. So 9 o'clock and 9:30 instead of 8 and 9. All right, that's this coming Tuesday, and I'll repeat that again here in just a little while.
Absolutely.
All right.
So guess what's coming this Friday night?
What's coming?
The Hay Maze.
This Friday?
Not tonight, but
Yeah.
next Friday
Yeah.
is the largest in eastern North Carolina
Yeah.
Hay Maze on the front lawn of Herman Park Center.
Whoa.
I think if you go down Ash Street and you pass by Herman Park Center, you'll wonder what in the world is going on.
Whoa.
Whenever you look over to your right. So
What are you gonna
hay
see?
maze, you will see a hay maze, which is a maze that you walk through and try to find your way out, and they're
Okay.
going to make it as difficult and as interesting as possible.
Okay.
And that will start next Friday on the front lawn of Herman Park Center.
Oh boy.
That's
Now,
right.
that
Groups are
sounds like-
invited, individuals are invited. So it's just something fun in your community to go and be a part of in the fall. And it'll be every Friday and Saturday through the month of October. And then they'll also offer it on Halloween night.
Oh, that's great. I can see all those, I can picture all those bales of hay stacked
That's right,
up
because it's
real
going to be
high.
6 foot tall. So
Whoa.
you can't, most of us
Yeah.
can't see over it.
I can't
I
see over
can't.
it. I can't see over it.
By a long shot.
No.
But, so, you know, it'll be something kind of fun to look forward to and try out. So, Wayne, you and I need to make sure we go to the hay maze and see if we can find our way out.
Well, I have trouble getting out the door here, but
Well, then we could have an issue.
I have a problem. Yeah.
But
okay.
front lawn starts next weekend.
Okay, that sounds good.
That's right.
All right. Let's see now. I got to tell you about a couple of things happening out at the Wayne Regional, the Wayne Executive Jetport, it's called. On October 13th, the Wayne Executive Jetport will be offering seminars and vendors and food and folks and fun. And they're calling all pilots now. This is for pilots in the name of safety. There's going to be a spot landing contest. There's going to be, a Top Gun flight competition. Also going to be takeoffs and landings and a lot of that, flight maneuvers and navigation and a whole lot more. That's coming up on the 13th. And you can call and talk to Doug Lancaster out at the Wayne Executive Jetport, find out more about that. There's a lot of things going on at the Jetport. We're going to tell people about it a little later on.
Sounds like it.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, we have to remember United Way Taste of Wayne's coming up. We talk about it every day. We mention it. Get your tickets, October the 13th.
Get your tickets.
I knew you were going to do that. I just had a feeling.
Am I that predictable?
No, I just knew it kind of would fit nicely there.
Get your red hot tickets.
So October 13th, Cornerstone Commons.
Yeah.
Get your tickets.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Right. And you know what, Wayne, tonight at the fair, one of our local young ladies who attends, I think she's a senior at Rosewood High School.
Yeah.
She will be giving up her title as Queen of the Fair.
No.
Yes.
Why is she giving it up?
Because she has reigned for a year.
I love the rain.
She has reigned for a year, and now tonight at 8 o'clock, young ladies from across our county at all the different high schools will be competing for the title of 2012-2013 Queen of the Fair. And they get to do all kinds of appearances across the community where they go and talk to civic groups about what Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair is, why it's there, what it promotes, and the list goes on and on. So she'll have a year, this new queen will have a year of representing Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair.
Wow.
Yep, starts tonight.
And
it'll be a large crowd. It always is. It is filled to the brim. I think it's in the pavilion.
I think it
8
is.
8 o'clock tonight.
And she'll be reigning. Or something like that.
She'll be reigning for a little while longer, and then she'll give up her crown and give it to a new young lady who earns it.
Okay. Wow, that is exciting, though. That's always exciting.
The girls in our community really look forward to having that opportunity to, to increase their speaking skills, to really work on those. They have a lot of mock interviews, and interviews are things that you'll take throughout the rest of your life, learning those public speaking skills. So these young ladies work very hard to try to earn that crown.
That is wonderful. Well, good luck to all the participants.
Come out, support your girl, your school.
That's right. Come out and support your school there.
That's right.
All right. Well, Kim, coming up, we have the library book sale coming up. We're going to talk with Donna Phillips about that. We're also going to be talking with Cindy Stallard.
That's right. Let's get that right.
All right. We're going to get that right. WGTV Today. Today we welcome Donna Phillips back to the studio. Donna she is the director of the Wayne County Public Library. And Donna, it's always great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate the opportunity.
Got lots of stuff. In fact, there's so many things always happening at the Wayne County Public Library on East Ash Street. And not only there, but at some of the satellite branches as well. But there's one big event that's coming up soon. We want to tell everybody about it. What's going on?
Big event. It's the Friends of the Library Fall Book Sale.
Oh, boy.
Coming up. The dates are October the 11th through the 13th. We're trying a little different schedule this time. In the past, we've run the sale on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this year we are doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So October 11th through the 13th.
That's 2 weeks or that's soon.
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 Very soon. Wayne, we have a preview sale that's on Thursday night, and that will begin at 5:30 and run until 8 o'clock. And the preview sale is for the members only.
Right.
Those members that are Friends of the Library.
Members of the Friends of the Library.
That's correct.
Okay.
Because we want to give a little benefit to our friends who support us so diligently, and let them have first pick at the books.
I see.
But now here's some good news.
Okay.
If you are not a member of the Friends of the Library, we would love for you to join at the door that evening, and you can do so. An individual membership is just $10, or you can join as a family for $15. So if you would like to have first pick come out on Thursday night, October the 11th, join at the door or bring your membership.
You join at the door and you're immediately
That's right.
You're allowed to enter and just have at it.
Have at it, first pick. If you would rather wait Friday and Saturday, the sale is open to the general public, and the hours are 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. And there are thousands of very good books.
Oh boy. Well, they're always, I don't know where you get them all, but there's always thousands of books.
We have a wonderful community that supports our library and supports the work that we do. And so donations come in honestly daily to the library. And these are really good books.
So these are not just books that were in the library, but these are books that have been donated to the library.
Correct.
And many of them are in like new condition.
That's absolutely right. In the past, Wayne, we did allow some library discards into the book sale, but we found that those books really had probably circulated their usage, and so people just were not purchasing those.
Yeah.
So we have found another way to recycle those books, and so these are donations that are in very good condition, and there's something for everyone. There's a good collection of children's books, good collection of fiction for those fiction readers, and also nonfiction.
Right. All right. And again, let's give the dates and the times.
Okay. October the 11th through the 13th. The preview sale is Thursday evening, 5:30 until 8 p.m. If you're not a member, you can join at the door for $10 as an individual or $15 for a family membership.
And that is a deal.
That is a deal. And Friday and Saturday, open to the general public from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. And the proceeds that come in from the book sale, Wayne, goes to support programs and activities at the library that maybe weren't budgeted for, such as bringing in author visits or supporting our William Whitfield Smith Community Garden that's there on the library property. The Friends of the Library have bought display cases for us, and they provide our movie license so that we can show films at the library.
Oh, okay.
So a really good cause, and we hope that everyone will come out and support
Right.
it.
If someone is new to the area, they may not know where the library is, just getting into town, and the library is such a great place. Tell everybody where you are.
Okay, and this library book sale will be at the Goldsboro Library, which is located at 1001 East Ash Street in Goldsboro.
Easy to find.
Easy to find.
And while we're talking about it, let's go ahead and give the locations of the satellite branches as well.
Okay, we have library branches located in Mount Olive, in Pikeville, and Fremont.
All right, very good. And you can call the library to get information about those locations. Or if you have a question about the book sale coming up on October 11th, 12th, and 13th, call the library. And what's that number?
The number is 919-735-1824.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Wayne.
Donna Phillips is the director of the Wayne County Public Library, and she's been our guest today. I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV.
Good morning and welcome to WGTV Today. I'm Kim Best, your host. Get dedicated to keeping you informed on what's happening in your city. This morning I have with me Cindy Stallard, who is the occupational health nurse with the City of Goldsboro. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Kim.
Glad to have you on the show.
Thank you.
We are ready to hear about what your job is, what you do, and how you keep the employees of the City of Goldsboro well.
It's not an easy task.
I'm sure.
But I really enjoy working with the employees. A little history, if you may.
Please.
Mayor King, when he first came to the City of Goldsboro, was really interested in safety and wellness. And so in 1981, he hired a part-time nurse from the hospital, Wayne Memorial Hospital. And by 1983, it became a full-time position. And so
all with the goal of keeping his employees healthy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And keeping the safety rates down as well. So it has been nearly 30 years.
Wow.
So that's
and a
very
full-time position?
Full-time position, yeah. And I've been with the city for 6.5 years now, and it has flown by. It's a very busy job, and I have programs, wellness programs I take directly to the employees in their workplace. And it's really nice to get to know them and help them on their wellness.
Absolutely. Well, you were telling me earlier, so the month of September is Cholesterol Education Month.
It is, and it is. And the CDC has some great information on their site. So that's www.cdc.gov if you want to find out more. And we've also been doing a program here today, this month, for it's called Cardiac Risk Profile, where they fast a period of 10 to 12 hours and they have a blood sample drawn, and it tells them their total cholesterol, their good cholesterol, and their bad cholesterol. Yes, ma'am. And then we go over the results with them one-on-one and tell them things that they can do to improve their lifestyle. So.
Wow, that's nice to know that all the employees have this opportunity to keep them well, keep them healthy, and that you can give advice on these various topics. And you were telling me earlier, every month is a different topic or different educational piece that you talk to the employees about and try to keep them focused on.
Right.
So what's coming up?
Flu shots. The flu season is fast approaching, and we'll have our flu vaccines available soon, and we'll be able to line up and give those.
So all the employees for the city of Goldsboro are eligible to get a flu shot.
They are. And
preventative medicine.
Sometimes when we have some flu vaccines left over, we give them to spouses if they're interested.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, tell me more about the National Cholesterol Education Month.
Well, a lot of people don't know that our bodies produce cholesterol. 80 to 90% of the cholesterol that we need is already in our bodies. So then when we take in diets...
Is that the good or bad cholesterol?
that's all of it.
It's all of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've lost my focus.
Sorry, I threw you off there, didn't I?
Yeah. Right. We get the rest of the cholesterol that we need from our diet, and sometimes it's not good cholesterol, like deep fried foods, the things that taste so good.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's real important. There are two types that we need to worry about. HDL with, I think, H for healthy. That's how I help people remember that. And that is your good cholesterol.
Okay.
And that is a number that needs to be relatively in the 50 or 60 range. And
okay. So H needs to stay between 50 and 60.
Okay.
Right.
And your LDL is that's our lousy cholesterol.
Okay.
That's our bad one. And I help people with the L. So that one sticks on the inside of our arteries. And so by raising your HDL, the good cholesterol, it helps to take our LDL back from the vessels to the liver to be either reprocessed or eliminated completely. Okay. So those are things that we need to watch. And
so what should the lousy, the LDL, what range should that be in to be healthy?
It should be anywhere between 0 and 129.
Okay.
So
well, that's a pretty large range.
It is a large range, yeah. The HDL is one that can be brought up by exercise, cardiovascular exercise.
Okay, so walking on a treadmill, walking outside.
Absolutely.
As long as you're staying busy.
Right, and we used to be told 3 times a week was good. Now they're saying most days.
Ooh, wow.
So they are really increasing us. You know.
Obviously, we're eating worse. So
we're not exercising
as much. So we really need to work on that. All of us do.
We do. So things that we can do are eating healthier diets, more vegetables, more fruits, walking more, and
taking the stairs instead of the elevator.
Exactly. If you smoke, if you're able to stop, that is a big help. Trying to keep your weight at a good weight, not overweight, and be aware of your family history. You know, sometimes you can work as hard as you want and still not make progress because of family history. So that's very important. And our gender, too, is something we cannot change.
No, we can't.
Right. So all those things put together.
So you were saying, so the whole month of September is National Cholesterol Education Month. You can go to the website www.cdc.gov to find out any information that you'd like about your cholesterol and how to keep yourself healthy.
Right.
And then tell me, if you will, some things in general all of us can do to keep our bodies healthy.
Well, just to reinforce, we just talked about eating more fruits and vegetables. They taste great, we just don't always, use them. And eating right. It's better to eat 3 regular meals than to binge on, foods that are
at 10 o'clock at night.
Exactly. And when we're really hungry like that, we tend to grab anything that we can reach.
Absolutely.
So exercising at least 30 minutes, 30 minutes a day is really helpful, and get plenty of rest.
Wonderful. Now, what's coming up in October? What is that month all about? Is that the one you were talking about?
That's our flu season.
That's your flu season.
Addressing the flu vaccines for those that want them.
All right. So every month you have a different focus.
Yes, ma'am.
You make everybody within the city that works for the city of Goldsboro aware of what's going on. You offer your services. You try to keep us well and healthy. And that is a full-time job, I'm sure.
It is. It is.
And we do appreciate you being here. You've been with the city now over 6 years.
Yes, ma'am.
We appreciate what you do. We thank you so much. And if people want information about the cholesterol, with it being Cholesterol Education Month, we did tell you earlier, it's www.cdc.gov. Thank you so much for being with us. We hope you've learned more information about what's happening in your city.
We're back on WGTV today. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Thank you for staying with us.
We appreciate you being with us this morning. It was on this day. Take a quick look at the almanac here, Kim.
Okay.
On this day, 1996, love bloomed as this couple got married. It was a wonderful ceremony. It was beautiful. And then when they turned around and the preacher said, "You may kiss the bride," he kissed her, she kissed him. And all of a sudden the fire alarm goes off and all kinds of water is raining down on them. It just ruined the whole thing, and everybody was laughing and having a good time. It happened at Spokane, Washington, at the First Presbyterian Church there. Craig and Jill Looper, they started kissing and the fire alarm goes off. I mean, that was a hot kiss.
Goodness.
I'm telling you. Of course, they think it was really an electrical short, but it's more fun to think about their causing it.
Wow, that's something for them to look back on and remember the day of their wedding and in their videotape.
1996. It was 350 guests there, and everybody got soaked, and everybody had a good time.
Oh, my goodness.
Of course, the cake was ruined, but they ended up signing the marriage license on the hood of the fire truck. So
really,
they have something to talk about.
I would say so.
The year was 2002, when Chicago police officer Jesse Watts Jr. arrested 2 men who tried to burglarize a minivan. Now, it was an easy catch for him because the minivan was sitting on the street and he was sitting in it on stakeout. And they walked up and tried to break in the van. They broke in, and he was sitting in the back, and they were sitting in the front, and all of a sudden, it was an easy arrest for him. So here's a tip for you. The next time you're in Chicago and you decide you want to burglarize a van, make sure there's no one in the back before you burglarize it.
Wow.
And the new $10 bill is 7 years old today. Can you believe that?
Wow.
It's been out for 7 years.
7
Birthdays.
years.
Gwyneth Paltrow is 40 today. Hi, Larry Duff.
Tell me who that is.
Hillary Duff.
Oh, Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get that name.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was just having a little fun.
Oh, yeah.
She's 25.
Oh, she's so old.
She's just getting
so
started.
Old.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then Bridget Bardot,
yes.
the actress, the animal activist, is 78 today.
My goodness,
Yeah,
78.
I know. Yeah, I can't imagine. Anyway.
Wow.
And today is National Strawberry Cream Pie Day. Oh boy.
It's always some kind of pie or cake every day.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Not a thing wrong with that.
Not at all.
All right.
Well, let me tell you about our election coming up.
What's going on?
We have some dates that we need to really make sure that everybody puts on their calendar.
Yes.
For the November 6th election, we will have one-stop absentee voting, and that begins October the 18th. One-stop absentee voting ends November the 3rd. So
Right.
it starts on the 18th, ends on the 3rd because the election is the 6th.
Right.
Let's see. The last day to return absentee ballots to the Board of Elections is November the 5th by 5 p.m.
Okay.
Election day, November the 6th, the polls will open at 6:30 in the morning and they'll close at 7:30 in the evening. And that's the day you'll actually go to your own district. You'll go to your own election polls where you
Yeah.
where
yeah,
you
where
are
you normally
scheduled to
vote.
go on a regular basis. Right.
Now, coming up soon, I talked with our new director of the Board of Elections a day or two ago, and she has agreed to come in and talk to us about the election.
good.
About how, if you're uncertain as to how you should register to vote, if you're not registered, how you can do that. She'll talk about the early voting, one-stop early voting, where you would be able to go and vote. She'll also talk about how you can access the website.
I was going to say, I think you can do quite a few of these things actually online.
You can do a
On
lot
their
of them.
website.
In fact, you can determine whether you're even registered to vote or not online.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of information available at waynegov.com/BOE, Board of Elections.
It'll be good to talk to her.
It will.
She can
Looking
answer a lot
forward
of
to it.
questions
Yes.
for us.
Looking forward to her coming in and talking to us. All right.
Absolutely. And I believe we have a golf tournament coming up.
We do.
And that's exactly what it says. Let me show you the cute little,
Oh.
isn't that cute?
Oh.
It is for the Partnership for Children. It's their first annual golf tournament, but it has a twist.
It has a twist?
It has a twist. There's something unusual that goes along with it. It is a glow-in-the-dark.
Oh,
The balls
boy.
glow in the
now
dark
that's
golf
fun.
tournament and dinner and auction. They have it's all one big package. It is Friday, November the 2nd.
Is the dinner glow in the dark?
I don't believe the dinner glows
okay,
in the
just
dark.
checking.
Just the golf tournament itself.
Yeah, those mashed potatoes do not glow. Okay.
No, they don't. But it's Friday, November the 2nd. It's at Lane Tree Golf Course. And in their conference center. It's $50 a person, but that includes your dinner.
Wow.
It's a shotgun start. It starts at 6:30 p.m., so it's a nighttime golf tournament.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
And that's fun. That's a
nighttime
lot of
golf
fun.
tournament, and
Yeah.
the balls will glow in the dark.
Yeah.
You can call 919-734-1245, extension 23, or you can look at the website of the Partnership for Children, which is pfcc.org. pfcw.org.
Okay.
That's right. The Partnership for Children on William Street.
PFCW.
Partnership for Children Wayne.
Oh.
pfcw.org.
Okay.
That's right. You can call and find out about their first annual glow-in-the-dark golf tournament.
That sounds
I'm
like
sure they'd love to have you.
I know they would.
It's all for a great cause.
Oh, it is. I love the Partnership for Children.
They do some good things for the young children in our community and the families.
They do. Indeed, they do.
Who's coming up next, Wayne?
Coming up next, it's our buddy LaTerrie Ward is going to be with us, and you spoke with her a few days ago.
Yeah, she's going to talk about her department with the City of Goldsboro, and she is the Director of Community Affairs. And I think you will be surprised by all the programs they offer. It's amazing. So let's hear what she's got to say. Good morning and welcome to WGTV Today. I'm Kim Best, your host, dedicated to bringing you news and information from the City of Goldsboro. With me this morning is LaTerrie Ward, Director of Community Affairs with the City, and she is going to give us some details on events that are taking place through Community Affairs this fall.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, LaTerrie, you've got all kinds of exciting things coming up through Community Affairs. How about telling us about some of the events you have?
Okay, let's start out with our Martin Luther King program.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it's already in operation because we have a committee of about 22 citizens from across Wayne County. And that is one program that is a county-wide program.
Okay, so various people attend these meetings and help plan
this event. We started out with about 700 people, 75 people participating. Now we're up to well over 500.
Oh my goodness.
So we have to have it at what we call the Goldsboro Raleigh Assembly. And it's the largest facility we have.
And where's that located?
It's located on Hooks River Road.
Okay, and when is this event held?
It's held on January, well, it's actually the holiday.
Okay.
The actual Martin Luther King holiday, which is the third Monday of each year, and that's when it will be held. And it's a breakfast, always.
Ah, so it's a breakfast held, and this is an open invitation to the public?
It's open invitation, and the tickets are $15.
Okay.
And ads, we ask for ads for our program booklet, a souvenir booklet, as well as we give out little souvenirs to everybody that participates.
So this is a time to celebrate and honor Martin Luther King.
Exactly, and we try to have things that people don't always see. And actually we have students participating as well.
Oh wow, do these students come from your Mayor's Youth Council or just various students across the community?
Well, there are various students from across the community, as well as the culinary school actually prepares the breakfast for us. And they're all students.
Where are they students from?
They're students from what they call Adler, which is with Danny King's program.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
And
we can look forward to that being in January.
Yes.
All right, and we'll see more details on that on both the city's website under Community Affairs, but also on the city's Facebook page.
Absolutely.
Is that right? All right, so you're now taking what you said it was already open to the public and active. So what are you taking now for Martin Luther King?
We're actually taking the ads.
You're accepting ads
We're accepting
for the program
ads.
book. Okay.
And that goes from all businesses and industries as well as individuals and civic organizations.
And you have over 500 people attending.
Yes, we do.
That's a fantastic time to showcase your business.
Tickets go fast too.
And they're $15 each.
$15 each, and they can come by the Community Affairs office and purchase one, or from any of the committee members.
Okay, and your office is located where?
At 214 North Center Street. It is the historic City Hall on the first floor.
First floor. Okay, great. So that is the Martin Luther King breakfast. Now tell us what else you have coming up.
We also have a poster and essay contest because we have a partnership with the schools.
The Wayne County Public Schools?
Wayne County Public Schools, and where students provide a essay, it's an essay contest, as well as posters. And the posters are put up in the mall so that the kids can actually show their parents.
Of course.
All of their
family and friends.
Family posters, and they can take pictures with them and all. Okay. But we recognize all winners at the Human Relations Banquet that's held in February.
Now, what do these posters and essay contests, what are they in reference to?
They're in reference to unity.
Unity. Okay, I figured it had a theme.
Yes, unity across the city, across the county, and it's nationwide that they would like to ask all cities and counties to recognize unity in February.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so you start now with the public schools, and children can participate in this, and I'm assuming they can go to their guidance counselors or or principals and find out about this within the schools. Is that correct?
Yes, and they work on it beginning usually in the November time frame.
Okay, so it's coming up.
Work over the holidays and then come back in January and turn all those posters in.
Okay, and then they're recognized at your banquet.
Yes.
That you have. When is that?
And the banquet is held usually the 4th Saturday in February at Herman Park Center.
Okay.
And we're actually, the Mayor's Youth Council are the hosts.
Oh, that's nice. That youth council is able to do so much and utilize their leadership skills that they're learning through the program.
Oh yes, and they recognize the individual, civic organization, and business and industry that actually have done unselfish deeds throughout the year.
Wow, my goodness. Okay, so that's the second event, and I believe you have a third one coming up.
We do. The third event is an interfaith breakfast. And that's where we ask each year for 3 different ministers of different denominations to come in and actually give a 3-minute presentation on unity. And that's usually the second week in February. Okay. And the mayor, base commander, and chairman of the county commissioner proclaim February as Human Relations Month.
So where's this banquet held?
This is also held at Herman Park Center. And we will also have advertisement out about that. And we usually
so this is open to the public as well?
It's open to the public as well. Usually the ministers that's participating in their congregations are always there.
I'm sure. Well, my goodness, LaTerrie, you all have so many different opportunities for the community to get involved and be a part of your programs. And if people want to find additional information, they can go to the City of Goldsboro's website under Community Affairs in that department. They can also check out the City of Goldsboro's Facebook page. We're always updating information from your department, all departments actually.
Yes.
So looking forward to all of these things happening between now and February. That right? Then we'll come back and give other updates of programs that are happening later in the year.
Yes, and also I want to just share that usually in October, the city usually advertises for people to serve on the different committees. So at that time, people can start looking to see what committees they would like to serve on and come in and put in an application.
Fantastic. Volunteerism is what it's all about.
Yes.
That's how the world rolls, isn't it?
It is.
We need volunteers to keep us strong and unified.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, LaTerrie. You're so honored. We're very honored to have you here. You're so dedicated to your job. 27 years here with the City of Goldsboro, and we hope you have many more.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us today. I'm Kim Best, your host, with LaTerrie Ward from Community Affairs.
We're back on WGTV today. Thank you for being with us. It is a Friday, and I hope you have plans for the weekend. Do something. Do anything. Don't sit on the sofa all day and do nothing. I'm just
get a little rest, but then there's lots of things to choose from that are going on.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
Absolutely.
Make plans. You know, I've got a thing coming from Doug Lancaster, sent me some information from out at the airport. And the Wayne Executive Jetport's going to have a fly-in on October 13th with a whole bunch of stuff, competition and everything. And whether you fly or not, but everybody loves to watch airplanes.
It'll be interesting to watch.
Yes, a lot of fun. Spot landing. There's going to be vendors out there. You can actually volunteer to help if you would be interested. You can work on the registration desk to help check in people. You work as a ramp assistant, as a setup helper. And if you know anything about flying, then you could certainly be used out at the Wayne Executive Jetport. Talk to Doug Lancaster out there. Or contact Tom Freeman. Tom is with the North Carolina Department of Transportation Aircraft Safety and Division.
Yeah, I'd like to get an interview with him. I'd like to bring him on and really hear what all he's got to say, because he can give us some details on what happens out there on a daily basis.
Oh, that's a great idea.
A lot of us don't know. A lot of us have either been 1 or 2 times, or some may have never been.
Well, we're going to get Doug in here.
That sounds good.
We'll get Doug in here. We'll talk to him about that. But if you can also, by the way, speaking of flying, volunteer to be a North Carolina Aviation Ambassador. And we can tell you, Doug Lancaster from the airport can tell you more about that. You can call Doug at 922-5983, 919-922-5983. All right?
And we want to remind you, if you are a nonprofit and you have an event that you would like to have promoted within our community, if you'll email it to us at WGTV@waynegov.com, at least 2 weeks before the date of your event, we will be glad to promote it here on the show and to give some details and talk about when your event is and what it's for and how people can purchase tickets if that's the situation. But
do your best not to send it to us after it's over.
Well, that would be helpful.
Just trying to help here.
That's right, but just send it to WGTV@waynegov.com and we'll be glad to promote it for you. And if you feel like it's something where you need to come in person, give us an email to that. Give us an email And we will be glad to talk with you about coming on the show live.
Ooh.
How about that?
That's great.
Yeah.
And if you have an animal in your home, and I'm not talking about, well, I'm talking about the four-legged pet type. If you have a pet in your home and you'd like to see it featured on WGTV today, send us a photo, and you can send that to WGTV@WayneGov.com.
That's coming up soon.
That's right. And all you have to do is send us a picture of it, and at some point over the next while, we'll be showing pet pics, if you will.
Right,
WGTV@WayneGov.com, okay?
That sounds good. And one last thing I did want to mention, Wayne, is on the City of Goldsboro's Facebook page,
yes,
we are trying to keep people aware and up to date on the streetscape project and what's going on with that. And there's so many changes. This last week has been phenomenal in the changes that you can visually see. And what we've done is from the first day of the project, when it began, we started taking photos and we are uploading them to our Facebook page, so you can see a timeline of change.
Oh boy.
Of the progression of the whole project. So if you go to if you go to Facebook and just type in City of Goldsboro and like the page, you can see the entire photo album of the beginning of the project until now. And it's really interesting to see all the different progress that has been going on. There's videos and other things there as well.
You know, the other day you had mentioned that the circle is now open.
Yes, and I've got pictures there showing the circle.
It's beautiful.
Isn't
they have repaved it.
That's right.
They got everything
got all
in
the
place.
lines painted. Everything's up and running, and all the infrastructure on that end is now sound. We don't have to worry about any problems there. Mulberry Street side is open. It's not paved yet, but it is paved, but it's not marked.
It's not marked.
It's not lined and marked yet. They'll do that once they pave the center street itself. But
it's moving along quickly
Isn't
now.
it?
So today's the 28th of September, so we're looking at the first week of November.
First week of November as the completion date. And really what we're hoping is everything is done and we'll have a great light up downtown. That'll be the first event, November the 22nd, where we can showcase what has happened. So people can come and walk on these large extended sidewalks and participate in all the events that will be taking place that night, from the trolley rides with Santa to the children making reindeer food, and the list goes on and on. I'm sure there'll be lots of vendors out there. Just a good way to kick off the holiday season.
Oh yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
It is. It's a beautiful evening.
It is, and if you're new to the area, all the lights are shining.
Oh, that's the night we turn them all on.
The Christmas lights, and oh boy, Christmas trees, and
mark
everybody.
your calendar, November 22nd.
Yeah, and they'll be singing.
Oh
and,
goodness, yeah, lots of entertainment.
Oh yeah, lots of entertainment.
It's a great family night.
It is that indeed. Well, let's see.
Who is next?
Let's see there. Well, I think that's it. We're almost out of time.
Are we?
I want to mention a couple more things here very quickly. I want to remind people that almost every day of the week, there's something going on at the Wayne County Public Library on East Ash Street. For infants, there's something called Baby and Me. That's every Thursday at 9:30 in the morning. And it's a fun-filled program for newborns and their moms or dads at every Thursday morning at 9:30 at the Wayne County Public Library. Also, that's every Thursday. Every Wednesday at 9:30, there is toddler time. Now, that's for 18 months to 3 years of age. And that's every Wednesday at 9:30. And then the pre-K club is every Wednesday and Thursday at 10:30. And you get the idea. There's a pattern there, and it just depends on the age.
And I'm sure all of this also is on their website.
It is on their website.
If you don't get it all right now, if you are not able to write it down or whatever, you can go to the website and really check out the times. But almost every morning they do have something for young children under the age of 5.
Yes.
And their parents.
Exactly.
Some type of story time and activity.
Jessica Strickland, our new horticulturist here in Wayne County, horticultural expert here in Wayne County with the Cooperative Extension Services, is going to be with us soon.
That's right.
And beginning, I think, the first week of October, the second week, somewhere in there, she's going to start a regular series here on the program of what you need to be doing in your yard for that particular time of year.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So that's going to be a
So we have wellness programs.
Yes.
We have what's going on, what you should be looking for and be doing in your yard.
Right.
And another announcement is the city manager is going to start doing monthly updates of what's going on in the city. He'll be doing that on a regular basis as well, and that starts next month.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot going on this program. Don't miss a single morning with us. We start every morning at 7 o'clock, and then it replays through the day at noon and at other times.
And you can also watch it on YouTube.
You can watch it on YouTube.
Both the city and the county's YouTube channels.
You can watch it on YouTube, what she said. Okay. Join us again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock.
Thank you for being with us.
Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. I hope you learned what's happening in your community.